Greetings petrolheads, welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. Today we started not in the center but in front of our car that is on the left lifter right here. It is a Bolt Reptilia, and I realize I've done this before, but actually quite a while ago. We're getting to a point where there's not really many cars that I haven't done before. I haven't restored before, and or at least the ones I haven't. There aren't many that I haven't restored before while recording. I don't recall having restored a MAN M6. Probably not an M8 either. M8 I might have done, but the M6 probably not. So that is one car that I'm probably gonna look out for the next episode. But you know what? I felt like it was time for another like classic car, another old car, another muscle car, if you will. Like Bolt Reptilia, like I'm kind of torn whether the older Corvettes are to be considered muscle cars or rather sports cars. I don't really know how the terminology goes for the Corvette. Maybe it's a bit of both, which is what I would say. But in any case, wait, no, that's not. Oh, I did not give it its new taillights and rear bumper yet. There we go. Looks sleek, but I don't really fancy this color. I'm gonna repaint it at the end anyway, so that's okay. Okay, so we got a pushrod V8. We got double wishbones up front with a regular cast member, not the short one, and then we got coil springs on the rear axle. Okay, so what we need is definitely an alternator and a battery, no belt tensioner, two keys, two ventilated discs, two pads, a brake servo. It's got drum brakes on the rear end, so that is, you know, not really that sporty, but still. Yeah, we got the camshaft for the V8 OHV. Now, a 4-burner carburetor, two these clips, no cat, one of these, three of these, two double wishbone front shock absorbers, drive shaft, two of these, one of these, two pushrod V8 heads, one of each cover, two of those. We do not have any idler rollers, so we're gonna. We have one of those, don't we? One ignition distributor, yeah. I still don't know what car uses this ignition coil of V8 OHV. Wait, we passed over the coil spring rear drive axle, I think. If not, well, we only got it twice now. should be rear axle knock housing B. Then do those. Rear shock absorber B. No rear sway bar. It should be 16 of these. Then 1, 1, 1. I think just 6 row of bushings will do it. 2 of those, 2 of those, 8 spark plugs, 2 spring caps, 1 starter, a steering rack, 2 swivel fronted links, and then we have a timing chain, timing cover, 2 upper suspension arms, 16 push rods. I think that was 16. And 2 of those. Okay. So we're gonna lift it up. Go get the oil drain. Not spill any of the oil. Just start working on this car from here. We can take out the crankshaft bearing caps. Also the oil filter. And now let's start on the suspension. I think I have, well, I definitely have mentioned this on the episode that went up on Monday, but for those of you who haven't watched that, I will be streaming automation on this Friday at 4 p.m. local time. That is GMT +2. The Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Tom_Hanks. So come say hello if you have time. And also the Action Hank, like the next round of the Action Hank tournament, is gonna be on the same day at 7 p.m. Yeah, 7 p.m. local time. So I gotta finish the stream before before that starts. So I'm gonna record just regularly the regular matchup against Magduslav. I am very positive actually about my chances, but at the same time it's gonna be really hard because he's like number 8 or 9 of the world, where I'm number 21, and it seems a little bit cocky to say that I'm confident about my chances, but you know, it not only depends on the, well, it mostly depends on the player's skill, but also on like who's better at which track. And we did some multiplayer on the maps that are like on the tracks that are in the next round between me and Magduslav. We played some of those maps in multiplayer yesterday, and he was in the lobby too, and I beat him on 2 of the tracks by half a second or a little bit above, and then on the other 3 I lost like 2/10. So combine that, I would be 0.4 seconds faster total, and that makes me pretty positive about at least having a chance to beat him. I know that he, like, maybe he didn't play at his best yesterday, maybe he didn't play quote unquote for real. But you know, still, it's something that it's a little bit of a comparison already. Like, it's something that you can take for, you know, a first idea of how this matchup will go. But back to cars. As far as my car goes, my Golf, I'm gonna order a power steering pump today. I think I've mentioned it before that I would order one, but I will actually do it today. And it'll come from Germany, which means it's gonna take a little while until it arrives here, but that is okay because the price is just way below anything we have here in Austria. Like, the one I'm gonna order from Germany costs 90 bucks, and then the ones we can have in Austria are all like 300 something, 300 and a little bit euros. So I think it's worth ordering the part from Germany and waiting a little bit. I have also looked up other tuners in Austria, and I have not really found one that offers, you know, custom injector nozzles for a Golf diesel Mark III. So I think I'm gonna have to give up on that whole thing. Like, maybe there is one such tuner in Germany and I could order that as well. But at the same time, is it really worth it? I mean, sure, the thing is that you should replace the injectors anyway, and the price difference isn't too big between like the quote-unquote stock injectors, like the Volkswagen standard injectors and some modified ones. The price gap isn't too bad, but yeah, if I can't find any tuner that offers some for me, or if I have to just spend a lot of time searching for one, and in the end they don't make much difference, then it's probably not worth it. They should make they should make a very noticeable difference. But what if they don't? Like, imagine ordering a part from another country, and then you install it, and then it kind of, or you try to install it and then it kind of doesn't work, like it doesn't fit. Like, how do I know that custom injectors fit onto my engine? I know it on the power steering pump that I'm about to order, because it says for this engine type, for the 1Z engine type, engine block from Volkswagen, and that is exactly the one that is in my car, so I know that it's gonna fit. Whereas with the injectors, I'm not so sure if that is a thing. I don't know if the tuner would write these injectors fit onto the following engine blocks, and then a list of all the engine blocks that of all the engines that they fit. I don't think that's actually the case for most tuner websites, at least. Okay, we're gonna go to the rear suspension first. Actually, to the fuel tank first. Good, we got the mufflers in as well. And now we can put this up again. This will be a very quick rear axle, like it's honestly probably the simplest one to do in this game. Maybe leaf springs are even a little bit faster, but definitely this is up there. I realized that Car Mechanic Simulator is the series, the gaming series on my channel that I talk most about personal stuff. At least recently. Earlier in my earlier episodes of automation, I used to talk about, you know, personal stuff or my own car as well from time to time. But in Car Mechanic Simulator, it's basically become the norm, because the steps that I make are always pretty much the same. And I'm happy that people are still watching. I'm happy that people are like still watching, even though I'm not talking very much about the game anymore. And yeah, I mean, I think what has affected this is that in automation, people want me to, you know, I'm not gonna say do stuff that I don't want to do, because I love playing automation just in general. But what they want me to do is like explain the steps that I'm doing, and I totally understand that, because there's a lot of new players and whatnot. Whereas in Car Mechanic Simulator, like if you've done the tutorial, you can basically do everything in this game. And in automation, I've spent, well, about 240 hours on Steam already, and then about 1,000 before it went on Steam, if not more. So, you know, it's kind of I can understand why they ask me for advice on how to do this, how to do that, sure. And I'm willing to give that. However, that makes it so I can't talk about much else. Like if you have to explain the steps that you're doing, then you can't talk about other stuff. Which is why I think this series is a little more well suited for talking about, you know, other things. So I will do that. Also, while I am currently only streaming automation on my Twitch channel and doing replicas on that, I plan on streaming other games as well. But like university just started, I have to just see how much time I have at my disposal for doing Twitch stuff on top of my YouTube schedule, while also not, you know, while also doing enough work for my study. Like, I'm gonna see how much time I'm gonna have left. And then decide how much and especially what games I'm gonna stream. Still kind of hoping that for some reason my indie game videos would get viewed a little bit more, because like I'm hoping for that, because I just love indie games. I know that I'm mostly known for car related games, but I enjoy indie games just as much. And however, I'm not as good at them, okay, but I'm willing to learn. And also, like, they're just too much fun to me to not share the gameplays on my channel. I enjoy them too much to not make videos on them. I don't wanna have a car that's not a car. I don't wanna have my channel be exclusively about cars. Don't get me wrong, I love cars, and I like that is why you're basically here, because I love playing car games and I'm sharing them with people. However, I'm doing the same thing and putting just as much effort into my indie game recordings, indie game let's plays, but they're not viewed anywhere near as much, unfortunately. I have to, like, I don't know what it's gonna take to quote unquote get into the indie game scene. I don't know what it takes to become noticed. Probably it takes a little bit more skill than I have in those indie games, so just practice more and be better, and then all of a sudden people are gonna watch your videos. That seems fair, actually. At the same time, I'm not sure if I have the time that it really takes to become a really good indie game player. For example, Sleep Cycles is really good at Nuclear Throne. However, he also has like, what, 700 hours in that game? He's played it for over 2 years. Whereas I've been playing it for not even half a year. I have, I think, 50 hours in it. So that kind of puts it into perspective. And actually, I think there is one indie game where I am pretty good at, like that I am pretty good at, and that is Crawl. It always goes up on Thursdays on my channel, and yeah, Crawl is a game that I enjoy a lot, but it doesn't really get much recognition. Northern Lion did make a video or two about it, but not much more than that. So there's not really, like, it's not a popular indie game for that matter. It's also still in early access, but so is Nuclear Throne. And Nuclear Throne, like, there's actually thousands of people playing it on a daily, so that's a good sign, and I love that game as well. Tom, could we please finally talk about cars again? Well, okay, we're almost done with this one. All we have left to do is lift it up, get the oil pan back on, and also the oil filter, if I'm not mistaken. Or have I already put that back on? I don't know. We'll see. It's not on there yet. Oh, it is on there. There it is. I think it's complete now. Yep. So now we're gonna get it back down. Give it some new oil. And then repaint it, because I don't really like this color. Oh, one more thing about my personal car. Even if I do find a German tuner that offers injectors for my car, then I'm not sure if I want to really install them, because the guy from the local tuner said it would add about 30 horsepower, if not more, and that would bring this car up to about 160 horsepower while only running 195mm front tires. And it's already kind of struggling, especially in the rain. Like, I can't put the power down in first and second gear when the roads are wet. So having another 30 horsepower definitely won't help in that regard. So this car is now worth 64,700. We're gonna sell it. And there goes this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, and thanks for watching. I will see you next time.